Okay, it's a final against the Chicago Sky, and it was the worst nightmare that the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese could have ever imagined in a game that the league hyped up as a top-tier rivalry. That may be the understatement of the year, because in our first real look at the Indiana Fever in a game that actually counted, what we got wasn't just hope. It was an absolute drubbing. Caitlin Clark showed us a new side of herself and completely changed the course of last season. If the rest of the WNBA is watching this game, you should be scared, because Caitlin Clark and the Fever were cooking. We thought they would be scary, but now we know they are. So let's break it down. The Fever were playing their kid sisters, but don't get too caught up in the scoreboard, because the real story was in the details. All the spiciness, because it will be difficult to refrain from discussing MVPs and titles after this performance. But first, watch this video, give Angel Reese a tissue, and subscribe for more WNBA news. Okay, so let's get started. This was the major event that set the tone for the WNBA season, both on and off the court. As you can see, he said that there is a queue for Caitlin Clark merchandise around the. There has never been anyone like Cece at the corner at 900 a.m., an hour before the team store opens and 6 hours before tip-off. My goodness, we've discussed extensively how Caitlin Clark is the most well-known and marketable athlete in America. Now that Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has finally stated it aloud, it's the imagery that really makes the point, with lines of people forming 6 hours before the store even opened. A pointless symptom that should only be. It's too early to know the official ratings at the time of making this video, but I'm guessing it will be over 3 million viewers. Before tip-off, fans were already swarming to buy merchandise, which tells you everything you need to know about the kind of demand Caitlin and the Fever are creating. Of course, the result was a sellout crowd of over 17,000 fans, which shouldn't come as a surprise, because the Fever led the WNBA in attendance last season. NBA players, strangely, have been fighting growth. Stop fighting the truth and get out of your own way. It looks bad. If they can just ride the Caitlin wave and stop tearing on the fans, the WNBA will benefit greatly. Please let me know in the comments if I'm close. Let's move on to the game itself, as that's where the actual fireworks were. She is an interesting player, and it must be exhausting to hate new cool things. Things got more intense than a one-chip challenge, and in just 40 minutes, we learned a lot about this team and even more about Caitlin Clark. Look at that, people. That is a blowout, a drubbing, a smashing. I don't think I'm giving anything away already, but it was a complete thrashing. I'll go into the scoring in a moment, but first let's discuss the major problem this team had last season, which now appears to have improved defensively, holding the Sky to just 58 points. Quarters with fewer than 20 points per quarter, and it wasn't just one player. The entire squad worked together. As Steven stated, we were unrelenting and played through possessions, but a team eventually tires of the intensity and unrelentingness of possession after possession. They were sensing every cut we made, conversing and flying around deflections during the entire game, but suddenly, let's start by talking about Aaliyah. You have the offense, and there were many outstanding performances until I get to Caitlin, who really lit it up. In addition to her incredible performance on the scoreboard, Boston Aaliyah shown some fortitude, which I will discuss in a moment. Of course, we must also congratulate Dana Bonner. What a moment, what applaud for the first time. Dana Bonner recently rose to 3rd place on the WNBA's all-time scoring chart. When all eyes were on Caitlin Bonner during the year's regular season game, she quietly made history while guiding her team to a decisive victory. This type of performance serves as a reminder that this squad includes veterans who are still capable of playing at a high level. But the true offensive catalyst was, you guessed it, the first logo bomb of the season came from Caitlin Clark, who controlled the pace and made the perfect reads from the outset. She wants more of that from her catches around that 15-foot range, Clark. She was the driving force behind everything the Fever did, whether it was slicing down the lane, pulling up from deep, or dropping dimes in transition. Caitlin Clark's stat line, I'll read it for you. She finished with 20 points, 4 blocks, and 2 steals, which is a career high, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Who are you, Caitlin Clark? Caitlin caught that last rebound So locked, so perhaps Dave Portoy should send her a nice bottle of her favorite wine or something. Dave Portoy won $350,000, 0 cents in the triple-double, and he wagered $25,000, 0 cents, on a triple-double by Caitlin Clark just before tip-off, winning $350,000, 0 cents. LeBron James then posted on X to congratulate Caitlin Clark on her triple-double, saying, "Triple-dub CC, great way to kick off the season." Now, while LeBron and Dave Portoy aren't directly related to the game, they both serve as illustrations of the type of media coverage. Two of the most well-known voices in today's attention economy and on sports social media are Caitlin draws. Just by showing up and playing, Caitlin is already winning the game. Speaking of on-court performance, we witnessed a different side of Caitlin Clark during this game. She completely changed the course of events, and it's all anyone could talk about. The foul is still being pursued after Caitlin Clark, and everyone in the arena had to know it was coming. Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese hard, and when you saw her wide open, you knew she was going to come in and take it. Angel's arms soared up in the air, hitting the floor before popping up as if she wanted a piece of Caitlin. Fans and commentators quickly pointed out that, although it was undoubtedly a harsh foul, Angel was obviously embellishing the flailing arms and exaggerated fall, which had flop energy written all over it. It was tense, dramatic, and immediately went viral on social media. It's nothing like a basketball play, and when an Angel was flying, she was hit fairly. She just flew, then jumped up and tried to charge her down as Caitlin walked away. I've got more reaction in a minute, but first, this moment was interesting for two reasons. First, recall how I said Aaliyah Boston was acting more tough this season? She stepped in right away and got between Caitlin and Angel, and to be honest, she might have stopped the shove or worse from happening. That's leadership and presence, and that's exactly what was lacking last season. I must also add this for fun. Aaliyah's post-game reaction when she realized she had been given a technical foul during that sequence went viral. I got the tech, but first of all, no, I know, let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball, and I'm not sure what the referees, after viewing the first one, whatever transpired, and the second, it revealed a different side of Caitlin than many would have anticipated, but one that fans are thrilled about, because here's the thing, they can decide whether to upgrade it or not. Examine the events leading up to that foul. On a three angle, Rebecca Allen is too strong. Just a few seconds before, Reese had shoved a player with a fever. Caitlin saw it wait for a foul, but to her astonishment, the referees gave him no punishment. As a result of that shove, Angel ended herself. In a basketball play, Caitlin didn't hesitate to close the distance and deliver a hard foul. Some could even argue that it was payback, demonstrating that Caitlin Clark isn't just here to play, she's here to fight back. It appeared as though Angel Reese may have shoved or pushed Leo Boston. But I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark isn't playing any games. Caitlin Clark has been in that weight room winning all the smoke and talking about Caitlin Clark being pushed last season. Everyone agreed that she needed more team support, toughness, and enforcers. Her fans looked to players like Sophie Cunningham and Dana Bonner because of their size advantage and willingness to change things up when necessary. But Caitlin would still have to manage herself in the end. We knew that she had been training nonstop during the offseason with a strict early morning routine that included strength training and weight work. She wasn't just gaining skill, she was gaining muscle, and this game was when people first met the new Caitlin Clark, she was stronger, bolder, sharper, and in a turn of events that no one saw coming, she reversed the Uno. She didn't need an enforcer because she was already one. Caitlin was the enforcer today. As I previously stated, fans reacted to the entire situation right away on X, and many of the comments they made were disparaging Angel Reese for her exaggerated response to the infraction. This may be the most petty and severable athlete in sports right now, and her jealousy of Caitlin Clark has caused her to act foolishly both on and off the court. Wow, can we all agree that Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese? This will be the last time their names are ever linked together together, of course, because the media can't stop themselves from doing so. Then, after witnessing Caitlin Clark's egregious foul on Angel Ree and the aftermath, RG3 went even harder, posting. It's funny because after all the drama, Caitlin and Angel ended up calling the foul in a similar way in their post-game press conferences, even though one of them seemed a little more excited to say it. Here's what Caitlin had to say. "Let's not make it happen. Angel Ree cannot continue to lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like, and Angel Ree hates Caitlin Clark, not some basketball rival. Let's not make it seem like anything more than it was. It's a take foul to put them at the free throw line, and I'd rather give up 2 points because, well, I've watched a lot of basketball in my life, and that's exactly what happened. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious, and that's not the kind of player I am. So yeah, good play on basketball. I'm not sure what the referee saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching the initial play and whatever happened after that. Wasn't anything like that, and I went for the ball, and it's obvious in the replay that it shouldn't have been upgraded, but again, that's up to the referee's judgment. However, now that she's saying the right thing, you have to assume that there was some extra motivation following what Angel did to Aaliyah. In any case, it was a hard foul, a basketball play, and a clear message. As for Angel, she said a lot less, but she essentially said the same thing. Basketball play, right side, just a basketball game, followed by her now patented next question style response. Let's face it, Angel's team just lost badly to the player she's always compared to. It wasn't a terrible game, it was awful. Ree has a strong double and a ton of rebounds, but she is aware that she is being compared and that her team only upgrades arenas when Caitlin visits. She also understands that this is only the first game and that she must play her 4 more times. It's a tough one, a really tough one, because Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are in fact one of the hardest teams to game plan for. In this game, he had no answers, which demonstrated exactly what the Fever are capable of. They're not just good. This season, you have to think that some of that frustration was evident in her response to Caitlin's foul. Is it hate or just anger in the heat of the moment? Let me know in the comments. They would be an extremely difficult squad to play against, and the fans liked it. It had all the scoring defense records, and the sky was shattered by pyrotechnics in front of a sold-out crowd of more than 17,000 people. Angel Reese Angel. The WNBA needs entertainment, and Reese goes crazy trying to fight Caitlin Clark. The other players don't want to acknowledge it and still don't fully understand it, but Caitlin adds the flair and the enthusiasm. That's why tens of millions of new fans were watching the WNBA long before Caitlin Clark. Well, it's not my problem. Your social life was dull. I won't say I'm sorry for watching it when it became really interesting. As for Steph Curry, I love Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, and Pods, but if you take them away from the Warriors, they're kind of boring. Similarly, if you take Caitlin Clark away from the WNBA and her team, it's not the same. With all eyes on Caitlin, this will probably become a record. If you're still here, leave a comment because that's what you're for. Breaking opening night gave fans a sneak peek at the team that's about to do something special this year. The world watched Caitlin, but they left knowing that the Fever is real and that this isn't just hype. The entire thing. See you later.